Hey friends, it's Mary with the Painted Peach again, and today we are in another playlist. I'll talk more about that in just a bit, but for now, let's jump right in and get started. All right, we're starting out with this cute little cutout. This is a tier tray little guy, and we are going to make him a Frankenstein. He is going to be super cute in the end. You can make this your own if you had one of these, but I decided to make it nice and cute. So I'm starting out with some classic green from Folk Art, and we're going to paint the head and the little hands with that. I did mix in a little bit of white until I got it the way I wanted it, so that I could add a little bit of a lighter green on there as well. I use my finger as a tool and I blend that in with the darker and wipe off a little bit of it just to let some of that dark show. Now I'm going to be using these two paints. One is lavender and one is a metallic. I will list all the paint colors in my description. I'm using both of these because I just wanted it to be a little bit two-toned, and just like I did the head. So I'm starting out with my lavender, and then I'll go back in with my metallic. So while we paint, let's talk about the playlist. Today's playlist is a not so scary Halloween challenge hosted by Krista's Crafty Life and Craftastic DIYs. All of the creatives will be in a link all together. We call it playlist, and that link is in my description, and you can click on that and watch all of the videos at one time. It'll play kind of like a Netflix series where you just watch one after the other, and it's tons of fun. All right, we are finishing up this little bit of paint going on, and then we're going to use a Posca pen to create his little hair. You know, Frankie has those zigzaggy hair up there, and we're also going to make him a little face and all that, but guess what? I lost the footage of that because my phone died. Yes, I'm a mess. But here he is, all finished up. I hope you love him. Let's get started with DIY number 2. So for this project, I went into Canva and I got some clip art and I printed it out, and then I cut on my scroll saw the design that was on Canva. I'll show you guys that in a little bit, but we're going to get started by painting both of these with antique white from. I'm also going to use Licorice, and I will be using, I believe it's called Latte. I'll list those in my description. But let's get started with painting these little guys. We're going to cut off the end of one of these sponges we used, and we're going to start painting with the antique white. Now I decided to go a little different with these. I'm going to use my Posca pen in black, and I'm going to outline the whole thing. The cat is going to be black, so I did its tail in black, and I do its little feet in black as well. And I do the whole outline with this black Posca pen. It kind of looks like a pop art type thing, and I think it's super cute for a little Halloween tier tray. Now we're on to the little pup, and he is going to be brown. So we're going to do the outline with black. We're going to make his little eye black, and then his nose, but his tail and his face will be I believe it's a coffee latte color. Oh goodness, I wish I could remember, but it will be in the description. Once I finish up the fronts, I do turn them over and I do a different type of painting on the back, and you'll see that towards the end. But for now, we're just going to outline and make this super cute. Here I'm just adding a little bit of that dry brush from the brown paint onto both of the dog and cat, just to give them a little bit of distressing. Alright, so here are the Canva printouts, and here they are painted up on my wood blocks. I hope you enjoyed this. I do also show you in just a moment the back side, which I really like the most, and I hope you enjoyed this. Let's move on to DIY number 3. I got this little plastic coffin from the Dollar Tree for $1.25. And I had initially got it just to create a little gift for someone inside, but I decided I needed some little decoration behind me on my desk that was a little bit spookier. But in the end, I'll show you why this is a not so scary craft, even though it may look scary. So I started out by using some Licorice folk art matte paint, and then I took this wax. This is a white wax. You could use clear wax or whatever you desire, and I rubbed it on the places that I wanted to take that paint back off. So the whole little skeleton area, I just rubbed it on there, and then I took a paper towel and that black paint came off of those areas. Now you could probably scrape it off, but I just decided this was the easiest route for me. And then I went back in with some of that black paint and filled in areas I didn't want it to come off. And then I gave everything a good dry, and then I opened it up and got some white metallic folk art paint and painted inside where that skeleton is, because I wanted it to show up as a white instead of clear. So I went all the way over that and then dried it, and then I went over it with some of the terracotta white color that I have and covered that whole inside with that. Now I'm just going to add some more metallics to the outside of the coffin. I use a metallic black, a metallic blue, and a bronze, and I just add those until I get the desired look that I'm going for. Now I'm just going to take some Mod Podge and a brush and go over the whole coffin with the Mod Podge just to seal that paint on there. I don't want anything scratching off or wearing off, so the Mod Podge should help it stay on there a little bit better, and I can use this for decoration for hopefully many years to come, or until I decide I don't want it anymore. So then I'm giving it all a good dry and making sure it's good and dry, and then we are going to go in and do the same thing on the inside. Now I'm going to give that a good dry, and then I'm going to grab some of these skeletons that I got from the Dollar Tree a few years back. It's the Hear No Evil, See No Evil, Speak No Evil little skeletons that sit out as little shelf sitters, and I'm going to add one of those that I want to use inside of my coffin. I'm going to glue it in there. I do decide that I want to stand it up, so I add some Jenga blocks in there for it to sit on, as it's pretty heavy. And then I glue those in and have him sit on top of those. Now, I did get off camera a little bit, so I had to zoom you in while I add those. And so here I am gluing them in, and then I glue one to the back of his head also, and that way he can sit up. It does take me quite a bit of maneuvering to get this done. Had I known that he was so heavy, or remembered, I would have figured this out earlier. But now I am adding some more Excelsior in there just to cover up those Jenga blocks, and then we're gluing the lid on. Once we get all that done, we will show you what it looks like with the other two skeletons. And the reason this is a not so scary craft is because if you can't hear it, see it, or speak it, it can't be evil, right? So come on in and rest your bones, and here it is all finished up. That little sign was created a few years back as well. Again, I want to thank my host, Krista's Crafty Life and Craftastic DIYs, for allowing me to be a part of this playlist. Make sure you check out their channels as well as the playlist. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit that bell, and drop a comment. And as always, stay peachy.